Max Holloway versus Arnold Allen has been slotted in as a main event of a fight now on April 16th or 18th. One of the two dates. I always mess up the dates in my mind. I apologise. I'm going to say this. Well done to the UFC, right? I made a video, I believe, all about this a few weeks ago where I mentioned it in a video about the UFC overstacking pay-per-view cards and the fight nights being very lackluster, right? The first quarter of this year, the first 4 months of this year are looking good. We've got Sanhagen Vera, which is now in March, and we got Blanchfield versus Santos, which is this month. We've got some good fight nights, right? Good fight nights. And I'm happy the UFC have done this, and today I'm going to be speaking about, obviously, Arnold Allen, Max Holloway, who I think is going to win, why I think they're going to win, reasons why, and betting odds, everything like that. And I feel like it's a really good fight, but I also want to say well done to the UFC. Kind of the first 4 months of the year, some good fight nights, some good pay-per-views. I'm really, really happy with that. They were kind of overstacking pay-per-views and letting the fight nights really die down. It's not good, and I feel like, especially for Max Holloway in this fight against Arnold Allen, 5 rounds is key. 5 rounds for Holloway is always key because he's so used to fighting 5 rounds that his fight style kind of depends on it. And his pace setting is him setting a pace is such a 5-round pace, which also could be a 3-round pace, whatever. I don't care, And I feel this about this fight, right? I feel like Max Holloway is going to get it done. But when I first heard about the fight, I was like, Arnold Allen has a really good chance. He could hold Holloway against the wall a little bit. He's not as small as Volk, but he's also, he's got a bit of a stocky guy as well. He could hold Holloway against the cage, maybe wear him out and win a decision. I was thinking 2-1 maybe, Holloway winning the first or the third. And it was 5 rounds. It's a main event. It was originally meant to be on the main card of UFC London, but then Arnold Allen has a rib injury, so they moved it back a month or two. So, you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say this. I'm going to say Max Holloway flatlines him. Do you want to hear me out? Do you want me to explain why? I visualised it. I've had a dream about it. I had a dream and I've seen it. Major deja vu dream of me sat watching it and I seen it happen. That's crazy. But I also now think it. I can foresee it. I can see how it happens. I can see it being very similar to Cater versus Holloway. Arnold Allen looks alright against Calvin Cater, but he wasn't nearly putting on the demolition job that Max Holloway did. Obviously, we only got to see 2 rounds of that fight. Now we're getting to see Holloway come back. And, he's still one of the best in the world. Despite losing to Volk 3 times, he's still one of the best in the world. And I feel like what he needs to do, he needs to come back, re-establish himself as a top contender, and then move up to lightweight. He needs to come back. He's beaten Yair. He's just beating better guys than Allen as well. I know Allen isn't much of a finisher either, and neither's Holloway, but Holloway's wins are emphatic. They're dominant. They're wars. He goes to work and you always know he's won. Arnold Allen, a lot of decisions. Yes, he beat Dan Hooker. Yes, he knocked Dan Hooker out, but Dan Hooker doesn't move his head. He was cutting down, but fair play to him. He got that win in the first round. Very good. Very good. Then Calvin Cater. Injury. And it was a back and forth. Allen was doing really well though, but Holloway's wins are just demolishing. Ortega, Yair, Cater have a good fights with Volk, yeah. And I feel like the last Volk fight, everyone's now thinking, Holloway's not Max Holloway anymore. And he did kind of get schooled a little bit on the feet by Volk, but I feel like he's taken some time off. He's gotten married in that time. He's training. He's been training a little bit, and I even realised this. Is he sparring again? I don't know if he's sparring again, but I think it could have been like a little photo shoot they were doing for some of his gloves. He's the ambassador for some gear and stuff, and they posted a few pictures of him sparring in it. And they looked at pretty recent photos. But he's been doing a little bit of light sparring probably, and I've got Holloway in the 4th round, catching him with a left hook as Allen dips in to throw an uppercut or something like that. Just boink, and then Allen will be shattered, I think. I think Arnold Allen really does slow down. He really slows down. He stops moving his head as much. He's strong though. He's good. I think it'll be really back and forth. Then I think towards the end of the second, Holloway will start landing some big straights to the body. So just some wild hooks a little bit. And then I feel like Allen will come into the 4th or 5th round, be really heavy breathing. And then I think Holloway will get that knockout that we all need him to get. You know, we don't really see Holloway flatline people or knock them out, but I can just foresee Holloway body shots and all that against the wall. You know, the refs looking closely, a bit like how he was with Calvin Kattar, up against the wall. The refs looking closely. Fight continues. Allen's in like, fuck, okay, I'm hurt. He dips in to go for like an uppercut jab or something like that, and Holloway just dink as he's coming in, and then he's down, and then Holloway's like I can just see it. I can see it. Trust me. Holloway will be battering him up against the cage. The ref will have a little close look, be like, all right, okay. After that, Allen will make one final attempt, and Holloway will catch him with a left hook straight or something like that and put him away. Just even not flatline, just on his bum where he's kind of like this, a bit like how Luke Rockhold was against Blachowicz, just like dink, like looking around a little bit. I feel like Holloway's got a little bit of a point to prove. I feel like he's got to kind of go out here and just kill this man stone dead. However, Allen has such a good chance. The chin of Holloway is fucking like the god's chin. Like it's literally it's literally the most tested chin in MMA, and it's never been failed ever. I do anything for his chin, but if Holloway comes in good shape, his chin will be in good shape. You know, if he's fit, he's ready to take punches. I've got a lot of faith in him, and if it's not broke, I'm not gonna try say, oh, you know, but he could get knocked out. Holloway's not gonna get knocked out. He doesn't get knocked out. It's just not what happens. It's a possibility, but I don't think Arnold Allen will be the one to finish his career. I think Holloway is still at the top. He's 31, 32 years old. I think he's got a few years left in him, but I feel like if he keeps taking the damage that he's taking, you've got to look at people in later life, and I feel like Holloway right now, we love watching him fight. He's one of my favourite fighters ever. On my right, I've got a signed thing. Max Holloway signed it. I did buy it online. It says, "You keep telling me I can't do it, and I keep telling you fucking watch me." It's a quote that he had, and he signed it, and then so I do like him. I am a big fan of Max Holloway. I worry about him in later life, must admit, but I feel like Kattar's got a really good chance. I said Kattar. Arnold Allen has a really good chance coming out there. I don't feel like leg kicks. I think best way to actually neutralise Holloway is just tight up close boxing the same way Volk did. But if not, I feel like it's just rangy one at a time shots. I feel like I think Holloway's volume is such it puts out so much fire. Like in terms of fire from other people and like attacks and stuff, his volume just puts it out. As we all know, I feel like Allen's best chance would be holding Holloway up against the wall, getting a few total strikes, mixing it up, surprise takedowns. Even if Holloway's getting back up, just like a high work rate, in terms of kind of bullying him around a little bit, the same way Volkanovski did. But I think Holloway's got this one in the bag. I think he'll the first few rounds will be competitive, then he'll pick it up towards the end of the second, third round. Potentially fifth round, it'll be stopped. Holloway, I think, is going to knock him out. I just feel like I don't trust the English chin. I really don't trust English people's chins. I just I really don't trust it. I just don't trust. I feel like Arnold Allen's got a bit of that like inbred type of weirdo inside him, that where he's like a bit of like a tough like freak of nature. But then I also feel like he breaks his hand every single fight, and I feel like against Max Holloway, when you can't fucking pound his head to make him kind of calm down on that volume and calm down on the pressure and calm down on the combinations, you're going to have a tough night. And I feel like if he breaks his hand in this fight, as he does in every fight, he's going to be fucked, and he's going to get fucked up bad. I also feel like he's so injury prone. He's extremely injury prone, and I feel like Holloway isn't injury prone, but you do see him with like the odd little nig and nag. But I don't know why. I just have a feeling Allen is not going to... I feel like Allen's going to prove that he's part of the top 10. But then I also feel like it's going to be like, oh, he's really not as good as everyone thinks he is. And I feel like he doesn't get finishes. He's not, especially against Holloway, who's so difficult to finish. If you're not finishing guys like Sadiq Youssef and stuff, and you're gassing out against Youssef, you're going to really struggle. You should be in the comment. Like, he's on, what's Allen on? A 9-fight win streak? 10-fight win streak? You should be getting finishes, knocking people out to establish yourself, but he's not really done that. He knocked out Dan Hooker, and Dan Hooker came down a weight class, and he doesn't move his head, and Dan Hooker's on his way out. Not really, but... So all I'm going to say, I'm going to move on from there, and we're going to see what happens, and I'm going to go with Max Holloway late finish. I think it's going to be a knockout, left hook, straight hand in the middle or something like that, when Alan's pretty tired and Alan's been battered against the cage for a little bit. I think Alan's going to have success for early though, but I'm going to go Holloway by knockout, and I don't think this will be a decision. I think it'll be a knockout. I think Holloway needs this little finish, and I think he's been taking some time. And maybe in his head now, he's like, look, I don't have the power to deal with people like Volkanovski. I don't have the power to emphatically finish them and avoid taking this damage. I feel like maybe we might see a little something different from him. Maybe a bit, just wait and see. I'm going to wait and see what happens. That's my prediction. What do you guys think of that? I've visualized it. I can see it. Like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it. We're back making some videos. See you all very soon.